Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It is, and I do this all the time, it is still charging Monday, 25th of September in the blessed and beautiful Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. I do not know how many people are going to be out and about tonight. It is a Monday after a holiday, but we are here and we're going to do this tonight. To the YouTube people, welcome aboard. Welcome welcome to you. What is now a regular show for you. Yeah, please, YouTube people. The Facebook people know how to spread the word already. The YouTube people have to keep getting a reminder. Please send out a link to all your friends, everybody, however you message, WhatsApp, text, email, let them know, give them the email address, give them the YouTube channel and tell them to subscribe so that like you, they will know every evening when we live to tune in. Yeah, we have a lot of things to discuss as usual, and the time these days flying so fast. I think we might have to start making the show a little longer than an hour, because by the time we get into the bacchanal, and let me tell you all something, all of the messages on WhatsApp, and all of those messages are going to be answered after the show. But this evening is a kind of busy evening. For many different reasons, and we call tonight's show Monday Night Mass because, well, where we are and what we're going through, we the people of Trinidad and Tobago, what we're dealing with. Can't continue. While we listen to the prophet David Rudder, please share this video on every page, on every group, on your page. Tell your friends to share it. Tell them, call people out. We're changing the conversation. This live video every night is affecting the way this country is run. Help us do that. Share it, spread it, call them out. Special good evening to all of the teams on the Progressive Empowerment Party. All of you who keep the wheels turning. Don't stop. And does the rhythm tell you come? Does your spirit do and dance to this symphony? Does it tell you that your heart is a fire? Oh yeah. And does it tell you that your pain is a liar? Oh yeah. Does it wash away? Wake them up, find them, tell them, come in. We have a country to save. Man is a prophet, a living prophet. The reason I chose that song as the opening number for tonight's show is because Calypso is modern music. I apologize for the rumful up look for Monday night and the fact that I didn't get a chance to shave, but I was dealing with an issue that I didn't expect to have to be dealing, and I'm going to go into that now. I just have one more thing to share this too. But calypso is more than just a type of music. Calypso, when he says it, is a living vibration rooted deep within my Caribbean belly. What he was trying to say, what he said so eloquently, is that something binds us all. Yes, yes, we different. We different. Some black, some white, some brown, some green. We have many shades in between. We different. We can't blink that away. I can't be talking to a black man or a white man and pretend that I am either or neither. We have differences. But what the word calypso represents, or what it's supposed to represent, is that living vibration. They have something Trini about a Trini, and a Tobagonian, Trinbagonian. They have something that is we, that they can't take from we. I remember years ago, I was in Baltimore. I walked into a Burger King, and I walked up to the counter, and I was buying a burger. And the young lady attending to me behind the counter, she said, in her American normal voice, "You're a Trini?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Oh my God, wait." And she ran out from behind the counter and went outside, and what the hell going on? And she bring her whole family, who apparently were just leaving. And they were so happy to just talk to another Trini. They have something about us that no matter where you go in the world, and they have countries that have millions, hundreds of millions, billions of people more than us. But when two Trini get together, you know, they have things about this tiny little nation. It's what we're trying to save. It's what we're fighting for. A all-fours game, a win-ball cricket match, on the beach if you get it. A line by a river, just a normal party. There is something about us. We go anywhere. We are, when they use the word all-inclusive for Feds as get vexed, because we naturally all-inclusive and it don't require money. All-inclusive is we. When Trinis in jam together, when you see every creed and race dealing with a hardship together, that's when you see real Trininess. Don't let nobody fool you, that's when it's come out. It's come out then, because we have to drop all airs and all pretenses. When we're dealing with crisis and problems, Trinis link up natural. Syrian, Chinese, African, Indian, Japanese, Jew, American, English, German. We have roots everywhere. They all came here from somewhere and melted together. There are political parties that have no ideology, no philosophy, no policy, no determining factor to separate them one from the other. So they went and found a base. They call it a base. They meant it is a race. The UNC, without straddling Indian people back, is just a bandit party that you would have nothing to do with. And the day I get Indian people to see that the UNC don't give a fire truck about all you, but a few, it care about Vasant. It care about Suruj. It care about Rudal and Kamla. Them is the Indian it care about. But I care about the average Indian, because 2 stints later, and when I go down Mamaral, it's still pressure. And if I could get the grandchildren of Africa to understand that the PNM that riding all your back like donkey for 55 years, if you could see that that is the face of your abuser, that Balize replaced the whip that Massa used to cross on your ancestors' back. Let me tell you something, shake off the PNM. Shake it off to the people who live in Powder Magazine. PNM ain't do nothing for you, PNM take your money per capita, spent it by financiers, gave them a contract to build the nonsense you living in. They get paid 4 times the value of what they sell you as a house and have you living in squalor and tell you they give you that. They ain't give you that. Nothing coming out of the ground belongs to the government. It belongs to the people. And they take your money and they give you bullshit and they tell you, I give you that. PNM give me an education. Miss me with that freaking bullshit. Eric Williams tinkered with and interfered with a world-class education. Trinidadians used to leave Form 3 and go to the United States and have to skip classes because we were brilliant. And Eric Williams came and tinkered with his socialist bullshit and made a mess of our education system and gave us junior secondary and senior secondary and made a mess of everything. And then along came Tutor and, well, What wasn't shit before, it's shit now. Because they made a mess of it. And everything stopped being the calling that was educating, and it became a next end, a next means, a next 10 days. We want more and more and more. And as the more and more and more get more and more and more, we all get less and less and less. Because we have more money and less spending power. And there's nobody telling people that. And there's nobody telling you that. And Morva, Beetham, Laventille, and Sealots never, ever, ever benefited from PNM. In fact, I go so far as to tell you, and I used to tell them, I used to tell Morva, Beetham, Laventille, and Sealots, marginalize yourself. Make PNM have to dance for your vote. They will come inside there and fix your shit. But we don't know, because they told us the Indian want to come and take your house and your land and whatever little chirrup you have. And the Indian tell the Indian people, black people want to come and breed your daughters and doglarize the nation. Listen to the bullshit that determined our politics. Listen to it. Listen to it. And there are people who walking around with their head high, part of the bullshit, that have been upholding and enabling this nastiness and telling you that it wasn't me. But if you hold in the ladder for the thief to jump the wall, your thief too. If you drive in the getaway car, your thief too. Stop trying to pretend that you could separate yourself. He take 100 million, I only take one. You're supposed to take none. Not one. Abi Pujad, Covine, Lansmitan, Factory Road, Rich Plain, La Puerta, Mason, Bagatelle, River Estate, Waterwheel, Blue Basin. These people have never, in fact, the PNM has made life for them hell on earth. Hell. And they keep messaging me. River Estate is in Keith Rowley's constituency tonight. And River Estate have not had water for 3 weeks. You think Goodwood Park could not have water for 3 weeks and Rowley sleeping well? You think so? But for every creed and race to find an equal place, the first thing we have to do is get rid of those two monkey parties, the PNM and the UNC. Piss them away. Tell them be gone. Find holy water. Get chicken bone. Call mother corn husk. Get beads. Hang wherever you have to hang on your wall. Say under no circumstances, please, keep your molestation. We want nothing to do with either of you. 55 years now, a white boy tell me tonight that his plastic bottles in the river in Diego Martin caused it to burst its bank. And I had to tell him, son, no. And I say white boy because I want you to understand, a black woman said the same thing to me today. And we're all regurgitating and parroting bullshit. Sierra Leone Road, the river burst its banks today. You know why? Because a river was designed by engineers to take the runoff from the hills, complicated with what comes off the highway, the Crystal Stream Highway, and take it and dump it in the sea. For some reason, that's what we do with our fresh water. We collect it in the hills and we dump it in the sea. That's a conversation for another time. But what I want to tell you is, Jackass Colm Imbert came along and Sadiq Bash helped him in some instant when he was also Minister of Works. But they doubled the Crystal Stream Highway and they took it all the way to Wendy Fitzwilliams Boulevard. And they didn't increase the river. So the water runoff went up by 2.5 times because the double is a longer stretch. The water runoff increased by 2.5 times and worse. Keith Rowley as Minister of Planning was gainway. I don't want to say selling because I don't have the evidence. But was gainway to Emil and them, Colm and them. Bill Waller what now, man? Bill had cut the mountain. The whole mountain in the west now, it's like a slick. It's only properties. Nothing there to hold water when rainfall. So everything coming straight down whoosh. So a day like today, when rainfall heavy, the river must bust its bank. Peter O'Connor told me years ago, the last time we had a flood in Diego Martin, he said, Philip, Diego Martin River, when rainfall, is like flushing a toilet into a teacup. And I will never forget that analogy. It makes perfect sense. And to the people who come and tell you, well, boy, when the tide in, or you go flood. That is bullshit. That is donkey manure. Stop peddling nonsense. The Netherlands have been under sea level for nearly 1,000 years. They don't flood when rainfall. Them doing that while ox used to pull wheel. New Orleans is under sea level permanently, and it's only every now and then some catastrophe like a hurricane break the levee and cause a flood is then you know. They're in a bowl. They're 20 feet underwater. They don't have high tide and low tide. They're always in high tide. How come they don't flood when rain fall? Come now, man. Or let's stop parroting bullshit and demand better. If it flood, call somebody to account. Don't tell me about plastic bottle. And if you want to talk about plastic bottle, stop blaming your brothers and sisters and go to the source. Go and tell whoever is the Minister of the Environment under any of those bandit clans to put a tax on plastic bottles at the manufacture or import stage. Let Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Solo, Blue Waters, Water One, all the other, SM Jaleel, 25 cents on every bottle. So we could pay poor people, indigent, homeless, people who can't get a work. We'll give them that 25 cents. They will pick the nation clean. So they will have no bottles in the water, in the river. Then we'll get money and we're going to have formerly homeless people driving Yaris and things. And what you will have is it will still flood. And you got to find a new excuse then. But until then, stop pretending that because they look like you, somehow that is an advantage to you. It is not. In fact, I want to tell you, the worst person to be disadvantaged by is somebody that you think supposed to stand for you. Ask Kamala to defend her track record. Ask her. Ask her to defend $300 billion. Go south of the Caribbean and find that money. Find it anywhere in Trinidad. Find it anywhere in Trinidad. We want to find it. Go by Calco and Junior Sammy and Kusal and Gopal and SIS. Go by them. Go by them. Ask them to show you what they have. Somebody sent me a video of a wedding by Hyatt and trying to defend it, say Philip against riches. No pally. I want everybody to be supremely successful. But I want it to be a real economy where we do not use state funds to enrich contractor and financier friends fraudulently. Don't want that. If you make your money honest, I tip my hat to you. I respect you. Make your money properly. Don't rob and advantage people to make it. And don't come and tell me 30 years. They have no 30 years. You could be working and still buying all them Bentley and all that shit. This country catch us for a while. Don't fool me. Keep that for yourself. But anyway, we was talking. Let her finish. Get them numbers up. Call them out. Call them out. Let Keith Rowley defend PNM in Cocorit. Go in Waterhole, Keith. Go in Harding Place. Go Never Dirty. Go and defend it. Go and defend PNM legacy there. Go. Why? By that thing that unites us. Michael Naus tell me if I don't play music, I'll wrap up the show in half the time. Mikey, the music is half the vibe, brother. The music is half the vibe. And I know you love it. You come to Paul. Anyway, our reality as a country is that we need to understand that all the tribalism and all the racism, when same Prophet David Rudder said, how we vote is not how we party, that was never a compliment. That was always an indictment. It is an insult. It says that we are so foolish, we are so stupid, that the people that we know and we love and we enjoy, how we party, we enjoy them. That's what we celebrate with, but we vote against them. How we so insipid? How could we be so vacuous and intellectually vapid and bankrupt and devoid of reasoning, that these jackasses and the communication companies could come along and tell you black goes so and Indian goes so at election time, and all you take that chain up. Kamala will come on stage and say, look, so and so, he's your new representative for so and so. Where the hell he come out from? When Kid Rowley bounced up on the stage and hear Justin Phelps and Faris Al-Rawi and Stuart Young, where them and Rohan Sinanan, to the people in the PNM, all it was to revolt in that party, where them come out from, to eat the cream off the top of the cake that all you bake for 5 years, march all your ass up and down. You know what the PNM is without y'all? The PNM is without y'all the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago by his own words, and he rich saga boy friends from Goodwood Park. It had nobody in that lineup from Mova, Beetham, Lavendale, Sealots, Rich Plain, Covey, Mason, Abbey Pujad, Factory Road, La Puerta. Not one. And it's them feed your family, brother, for 31 years. Your 2 daughters and your 2 outside sons. It's them people put food on the table. You have a shame. Eh? See where you take you? St. Anne's Hill. You see the jamming still? The real jamming start, and today we jamming still. Go and tell Dougie Slaughter we find the line. King David Rudder, the Calypso prophet of this country. Take the hook. Take it whole this time. Somebody just tell me people have to pay a lot for their data. Come now, man. Come now, man. You're paying more for flow. Get Wi-Fi in your house. It's cheaper. Get Wi-Fi in your house and then you're nice. Or go and sit down in a 1% place like Rituals and Starbucks. You'll get Wi-Fi there. Don't tell me what you're paying for data now, because this is so important. You're spending more than this on stupidness, on a certain alcohol and cigarettes. Forget all of that. I ain't going down those roads. Today, going about my business normal, I get a call from my sister. She said, you need to come here. I said, what's going on? She said, Daddy's not well. I said, he's not well, because I don't want those kind of calls, and he's not well. And mommy's having difficulty, and they need you here. I said, not well how? Call the doctor. Ask the doctor if I need to take him to the hospital, because these things bother me. His family and his, so anyway, long story short, she called Dr. Clark, Richard Clark, who is his doctor. Today's a public holiday, and he, like everybody else, wanted to like himself. And she called me back in a minute and a half to say, Dr. Clark is on his way. Now, Richard Clark. And I pull up there. Richard's a doctor, a senior doctor, a well-known doctor, a well-established doctor in this country, driving one of them little Suzuki car. Wear his Mercedes with the wings flare out all over the place. And he pointy shoes and his pocket square. This is a man who is like the salt of the earth. Like the salt. Drop the phone and come. He had to bathe my father. Richard Clark, brother, you always had my respect. Today, you're off the charts. You set a new level. Then I call my partner. Now I can't call my partner name because so I go there and Richard is there and before I call my partner, so Richard is there and I get there and so me and Richard dressing him. Now, this is my father. And you all know I have a very good relationship with my parents. But I respect them for all the years. I am 50 years old. I can't remember ever having a drink or smoke a cigarette in front of my parents. And I know you will laugh at that, but I come from a time when I still couldn't have that kind of... Anyway, so helping to dress my father was a thing for me. And then we had to get him to the bed and he's shivering. And Richard is, so your boy I'm not happy. Because all is not well in my world. And my father is not well. And I am not happy. So I'm asking Richard, what do you want to do? Do you want him in a hospital? Do you need, what is the plan? Do you need an ambulance? Because I'm working out the arithmetic in my mind. That if an ambulance takes 45 minutes, if you think you're going to need it, let me call them now. And Richard tested him, pressure, temperature, all kind of bacana. So I up and down. And then he said, okay, I feel I'm going to want to take him in. So I go on and I call my partner. Now my partner, he well established in the public sector at a worker level, not at no big shot level. And I say, listen, I'm going to need an ambulance for my father. And he know what I dealing with the owners of the private ambulance company. He know. So he know that's a hard conversation, that's a hard call for me to make. I said, I'm going to need an ambulance for my father. He said, hold on. You see, when you deal in the guts of an organization, I want to tell you, the ambulance company employees tonight, today, he called them and the normal everyday staff, the driver, the paramedic, the person who called me, she called me on my number, so he gave her my number. And she talked me through it, and she's asking me questions and directions and stuff, and I say, ma'am, I don't mean to get short with you, but give me an idea, how long will it take for this ambulance to get here in PT Valley, so I will know if it makes sense, if I could put him in my car and go, because the doctor preferred that he go in an ambulance. She said, Mr. Alexander, the ambulance is on its way to you. I am just making sure that. And I said, what? This is not what I am accustomed to. This is how I want it to be. This is what I fight for. I didn't say that to her. It's going on in my mind. That this is how I know it could be. She's taking my information. She's asking. She's running through a checklist about what is wrong with him, what he's going through, so she could prepare them on the bus. Listen now. That ambulance reached my father in 5 minutes. This is what I want for everybody. And I want to tell you, it brought tears to my eyes. I do not want to be the beneficiary of strings, but it's my father. And I know that if we do it well, everybody could have that. Ambulance bus number 270 pulled up. 2 gentlemen and a young lady. First word, professional, performance, polite. I mean, what I saw ambulance bus 270 do tonight reignited a fire inside of me, because I know everybody could have this, these people, and they should be paid well for what they do, and they will do their job properly. And so I go into my father's room, and they're there, and they have him smiling, and they check in and working him over, strap him onto the gurney, and he come outside, and they put him in the bus. And I call another friend who is a doctor, and I say, listen, my dad, he's going West Shore. And I don't know how long it takes the admission process. But I need to get him inside. He asked what's his full name. And I told him. He said, who's the attending doctor? And I told him. He said, okay, cool. So I get to West Shore with the ambulance. And while they're offloading him, I go into casualty and I go up to the window and I said, they're bringing in my father. They say, is he Edward Alexander? I said, yes. They say, yes, we know. We're expecting him. Richard Clark gave me a document for them that says what he wanted checked, and I gave it to them. They took it. 5 people in this room, and they just moved. By the time the gurney reached the door and the door opened, I don't know if they could give a president or a queen or a king better service. They treated my father, and I'm thinking to myself, and I tell my brother-in-law because he's there with me, and I'm saying, but this is what we're fighting for everybody. This is what we're fighting for everybody, and everybody's supposed to get this. Now, I'm telling you something, I know that I know the right people to call, and I know the right people to get things done. But what showed tonight is that we have all the right people in this country already to take care and get things done. That the system is broken by design. These people are frustrated. You talk to anybody from middle management, go down in any public organization, they tell you it's the seniors. It's the seniors. Police officers frustrated, soldiers and Coast Guard, they're frustrated. They're frustrated. The medical fraternity, they're frustrated. All of them will drop tools now and walk if it wasn't for some little something inside them that kept them still fighting the fight. But I saw tonight, and then the doctor who was on call, she was standing waiting. I walked past her, I didn't know she was a doctor. And she came in, and then, listen now, the service that my father got tonight is the service I want for your father. Is the service I want for your loved ones. Matthew Curtis, that is a bullshit statement. It is not about money talking. This is about people working together. And it wasn't money. Because up till this point, nobody talked money with us yet. I know we're going to have a bill to pay. But the point is that I saw people pull together and help a stranger. And this doctor and the nurses and everybody, I mean, the conversations I had with the 3 people on ambulance bus 270 renewed my hope. Renewed my hope that we have the right people. We have the right Trinidadians. We have a natural love and a pleasant disposition. We're frustrated from on high. You have people going to work who, while they're at work, worried about their family. They're worried about the security of the country. They're worried that they don't have enough money to cover their bills this month. They're worried that they can't pay their rent. They're worried that they have problems here, there, and everywhere that they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have it. They shouldn't have the problems. I tell all of them, especially those whose names I can't call, only getting some expensive scotch. Serious. Because nobody had to go out of their way and do for me what they did for me tonight. And I appreciate it. I go out of my way for anybody. You don't have to know me. I don't know you. Friends, enemies alike. Let me tell you something. I have that living vibration inside me. I'm a Trini. Unlike you, I have compassion and empathy for people. Our system is broken not by accident but by design. We live in a criminal conspiracy fronted by 2 failed and fraudulent political parties, represented a criminal conspiracy to defraud this country and enrich some people who need to be sitting in jail. And we have to face that. that there are people in senior positions of government in this country that need to be prosecuted, charged, and jailed. Some of them for life, for treason. That the condition of this country is not by accident but by design. And it is deliberate, and it is those people who swear on holy books to show no malice or ill will, justice, fair and favor, no favor. All that bullshit, you're swearing, taking oath and cutting people's throat. We need to come. When you see Donald Trump, he stole that line, drain the swamp. But he could keep it. We will empty the lagoon. This country, every flood is because of deliberate mismanagement designed to enrich people. That every time it floods in your community and damages your house, ka-ching, ka-ching. Because some truck owners and backhoe drivers, people who own the equipment, ka-ching, ka-ching on your misery. They coming along in the regional corporation and they're looking, your fridge, your mattress, your bedside table. We give you $500, you're taking that. But the rest of them, ka-ching, because you're spending $5 billion on the repair. They know this is wrong and they know that they're doing wrong, but they have no heart. They have no compassion. They have no empathy. These are diseased and evil people. These political parties, the PNM and the UNC, are cults of ignobility and hate. They don't like people. You cannot like people and let this country run like this. If Keith Rowley had an ounce of compassion for people, he'd have jailed Terence Dial Singh and be prosecuting Fuad Khan today. If Keith Rowley had an ounce of compassion for people, what passing for healthcare in this country couldn't. But he doesn't. He's a hateful, disgusting man. And he's your prime minister. And unfortunately, for whatever reason you rationalize for voting for that, you vote for that. But Wayne Dyer said, and Wayne's daughter is my friend on Facebook, and I quote him all the time. Wayne Dyer said, when you rationalize, you tell yourself, rationalize. And I love that. He also said there are no trees so foolish whose branches fight among themselves. Brilliant. Brilliant. There is nothing in this country, and I challenge anybody. I challenge anybody. There is nothing in this country that cannot be fixed. You name it, and I will tell you without Googling it how to fix it. And what's worse, I'll tell you how I know. Kitos and Kamla also know. But they stink and dirty and nasty, and they don't care about people. As long as one could be whining and the other one could be drinking, fire burn all yeah. And that is unfair. And we cannot continue. We cannot continue. Can't continue like that. Can't continue like that. You cannot continue to know that people in this country are sitting in a jail cell tonight, convicted of nothing. You have to have compassion for them. Because that could be you or your child or your loved one. There are people in this country sitting in a jail cell tonight convicted of nothing. That is a human rights catastrophe. Where Ramesh? Representing Nazim Bash and his fake oil bullshit. Where are all the human rights lawyers who wouldn't take these briefs because these people sitting down in jail because they can't make bail and they can't afford lawyer fees. So they're stuck in a disgusting system where they get a case. Now, I ain't saying all man innocent, but I am telling you that the law provides a remedy. That if you're supposed to be, if they had walked in that jail cell and pled guilty the same day they walk in, they're out already. They inside there longer than a judge could legally give them as a case. And that is unfair. That is unfair and unjust. And it is the reason why this society will never be happy. Because we're too damn disgusting when it comes to poor people. And we can't continue that way. Can't continue that way. And when we pretend that people finally lose it, trip out and commit crime, violent crime, join gang, get into drug trafficking and holding up people and robbing people and kidnapping people for our money, when it reached to that, and you just want to blame them for what they're doing, as Khalil Gibran say, lay the axe to the evil tree and look to the roots. And you will see the good and the bad entwined together in the silent heart of the earth. This is a country that's supposed to do a lot better than it does, but it doesn't, because we are allowing people who look like us to fool us, advantage and rape us and laugh at us. How you feeling? How you feeling knowing that that is our truth? Today, we discussed again the reality that the separation and division of society is what is allowing some to prosper and the rest to suffer. And that has to change. The Progressive Empowerment Party, when you vote us into office, the first thing will do is decentralize the cabinet and the decision-making power to give contracts in the cabinet to the 41 constituencies. That you could only pave road in the constituency in which you live. No more overnight billionaires. You're paving roads in 141 of the country, and they will explain to us if one contractor getting all the work, because treasury funds supposed to make its way through the country, through the economy, and give everybody hope and opportunity. We will also shut down all those special purpose companies. No more UDCOT and Sport TT and EMBD and EFCL. All that foolishness that was set up to steal your money, all that gone. Cut away, gone. We will get rid of the RHA and the THA. Both of them set up to posture, pose and stunt while they thief your money. Gone. Gone. The way the police service is set up now, undo and redo. They will answer to us in each constituency to a supervisor of national security. All of a sudden, you have 41 practically semi-autonomous constituencies running their own affairs where public works, public utilities, healthcare, education and security are concerned. The important things that you need to worry about, somebody else paid to do that in your constituency. I told somebody last night and she said, wow, that is a brilliant idea. I said, we will transform WASA into a bulk water holding and transmission company. That's it. That's all WASA does. We will privatize the distribution, the purification and distribution of water in each constituency. We will make sure that the public get water 24/7 within their constituency. Water can't go in the whole country. WASA will ship bulk water, but everybody got reliant on WASA because the people who close to the sea, right wrong on the coast, is an island. They could desalinate their water, so they could tell WASA, you gotta ship to me. The people who have wells and aquifers and access to groundwater, they could tap and they could say, WASA, you gotta ship to me. The ones who live up in the mountainous regions and have all this rain that we catch in the mountain and send to the sea, we will build multi-million gallon retention ponds so we can tell WASA, you gotta ship to me. In other words, all of a sudden, you have semi-autonomous regions, constituencies responsible for the quality and the distribution of their own water. all of a sudden the game changed. Micro generators, you could distribute, you could let 41 people go into the electricity generation business. It's easy that way. It's easy that way. We have a country where we centralize everything to facilitate theft, and we need to undo that. But I wanted to play something for you today because somebody sent it to me, and I want you to hear this beautiful video. I hope I get it to play, and it's Venus Williams.
I've had my shares of ups and downs. I've had many struggles. I've had blood clots in both my lungs. At the same time, I lived through tragedies and controversies. People looked down on me, put me down because I didn't look like them. I looked stronger. I've had people look past me because of the color of my skin. I've had people overlook me because I was a woman. I had critics say I will never win another Grand Slam when I was only at number 7, and now here I stand today with 21 Grand Slam titles, and I'm still going. I cannot help but think of my favorite poet, Maya Angelou. She has this poem called And Still I Rise.
Listen to this poem.
So here it goes. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me with the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Just like moon and suns with the certainty of tides, just like hopes in springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. From a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. Into the daybreak that's wonderfully clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I rise. I am the dream and the hope of a slave, I rise.
There is nothing in your way but you. There is nothing in our way but us. The entire gang, the entire bandit clan, I want to worry them. I want them to know that I am coming and I am bringing an orange army, and we are going to right-size this country. And anybody and everybody who took advantage of the people of this country going to have questions to answer, and we are going to right size and fix what passing for a judiciary and a justice system in this country. So we will make sure that the big man and the small man feeling the same justice. We will make sure the police service is not owned by bandits and drug lords. We will make sure that law enforcement enforces law. This is a country ruled by law. Republic Day we were celebrating. I tell people, the media, they don't want to cover the Progressive Empowerment Party, but Special Branch following us. Special Branch outside all of our meetings until Philip Alexander speak, and then they started to go. This weekend in Mamaral, ironically, Special Branch battery dead in the Prado. And it was PEP people had to get them a jump start, and they laugh and we laugh because undercover no more. You're no longer undercover, you have to drive out with your blue lights. Go and tell the media what you heard, what you saw, because we're walking through this land bringing promise of hope. That we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we could fix this country. We could right-size all the wrong sizes that is taking place in this country. That every single human being in this nation could have a chance at any dream they want. That is what we want to sell. We want to sell the idea that there are nobody else in this country besides you, besides the collective we, that's supposed to have authority over your dreams and the visions you have for your life. People are supposed to be able to live up to their full potential and not be obstructed at every turn by tiny dictators, paper dragons. We need to stop this. We need to stop this. We need to get to a place where you see every race as somebody just like you. You could be blacker than me and whiter than me. We're one family. I don't understand why we let this happen. We get to be a country every time we stand together against adversity. The time to do that again is now. Now is that time. Now is the time for us to stand together. Forget the distractions. The media cover Herbert Volney Section 35 party. The man is a one-man party. Everybody he talked to about joining his party, come and talk to me and tell me this man is a madman. It's a one-man party, and the Guardian gave him a story. But the Progressive Empowerment Party that has been to Point Fortin, Barrackpore, Mamoral, Tunapuna, Santa Cruz, Chaguanas West, San Fernando, Diego Martin West, and have a political meeting every 2 weeks somewhere in this country. And every other Saturday, we meet in Port of Spain in Stanmore Avenue, where we were launched on January 17, 2017. And they dare not cover it. Why? Because Shelly Das and Hema Ramkisoon and Desha Rambachan and the rest of the talking heads on the media know, Golda Lee Bruce, know that all this stunting and performing going to done. That when a Progressive Empowerment Party government come to office, it could be what you're capable of doing, not who you're sleeping with. And all of them, Samson Nangtan and Fazir Mohammed and everybody going to have to stand up and say, why I wasn't a real journalist? Because you're not covering me now, and I accept that. I accept it. Don't put God out your thoughts to stick a microphone in my face when I don't need you. Don't put God out your thoughts. I promise you that I will ignore you. Like our national awards. Last night we had a national award. What night it was? I see we had fireworks on Republic Day too. Come down, man. Have it for Navratri and Eid and Diwali and Christmas. Anytime your finances need some money, send it up in the sky. Tell them we're celebrating. Ain't bullshitting the people. You give Lenny Sate a national award. Lenny Sate. It's like all these fly-by-night lawyers who get a little position. You know, Faris could give himself silk. Faris going to give himself silk because Ramesh gave himself silk and Anand gave himself silk. Silk is no bullshit. The Law Association in Trinidad and Tobago wouldn't dare say it, but I will. Silk is no shit. And the lawyers who are genuine silk in this country fuming because some junior lawyers charging senior lawyer price but can't do senior lawyer work. Faris Al-Rawi is barely a junior lawyer. How he come to going to be anyway? You know what? Hear what? The time for change is now. The time to stop talking all the bullshit about the past is now. I tell you all. Tonight I talking with my family. Too many people want to pack up and leave. Some of them telling me, Philip, we gave you a chance. We waiting. And I saying the same thing. Because if at the next constitutionally due election, either the PNM or the UNC wins, I am going. This is not about abandoning my country. I've done more for my country than most will ever do, even those elected to public office. I know my conscience clear. But I will take my family and go. Because there will be nothing left to live for in this island. This is a country where somebody get $1 billion to put a water treatment plant next to a waste dump in a country that never knew how to separate heavy metal and other pollutants that have worked its way down into the groundwater. What kind of water treatment plant you was building there, Kamala? What you was going to do with that water? Who you was going to give that to drink? The people across the road in B-Town? We have to understand that our people have been undereducated and miseducated and misled by these two parties. And if you could find one thing that you could say, well, you know what? This is not for the sake of fancy, because all you will come with your bullshit. You're driving on PNM road. You're using PNM education. I just want to laugh. I just really want to laugh. We have to understand that we have a responsibility to the tenure and timber of the country in which we live. We are responsible for what goes on here. We are the people, by default or design, chose this as our reality. And it is we to fix it. The Progressive Empowerment Party tells you we have the answers. We're not bullshitting. On any issue, tell Kamala and Keith, bring the A-team. I will debate anybody. Your best economist, your best finance minister, your best minister of health, your best attorney general, your best minister of national security, your best minister of education, your best minister of works. I will debate anybody and bring sound logic and reason to every problem this country has. And I just want the population to hear. Just hear that there is a solution, and there has always been a solution. That a lot of what plagues and ails this country was created deliberately to enrich party friends and financiers. And it is time to bring that to an end. It is pastime. You have a responsibility to this country to share this video and share this information and join this party and make yourself available to serve. We are servants who lead and leaders who serve. We've come to help rescue a nation on a collision course with a bad destiny. We only have one chance at this. We cannot miss.
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can protect our country's fate. But use it well
Before it's too late.
if it is that who you're voting.
Fail beyond a doubt.
When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the proven to be your people out. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about. Just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they don't see, vote them out. Stain your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Vote them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Put them out of power, dominate your reign. Let's put our country together again.
For those who were suggesting that I not do the live video tonight, I got permission from my family. They say yes, nothing that you could do here, go and do what you have to do. And I really need to be able to say thank you to the people who stepped up and assisted in this situation. And I needed to be able to point out that all is not lost. This country is not lost. In a heartbeat, we could turn this place around. I want to give you the hope of knowing that education could be fixed in a heartbeat. Healthcare could be fixed in a heartbeat. Home ownership, the cost of living, the cost of food. We could make this a functional nation, the envy of the world. Our vision for the Progressive Empowerment Party is a vision for this country. And that vision is a selfish vision. We want you to be able to cut off the wrought iron on your house and throw it in the sea. We want foreigners living in the cold to line up in the snow 4 o'clock in the morning hoping to get a visa to come to Trinidad and Tobago. The way our people used to line up in dew and rain trying to escape this country. There is a reality that we cannot evade. We cannot resist the need right now that you and me and everybody that you love and care for, they have needs. You have to be able to make sure that the system is in place to take care of those needs. You can't do everything, and you have to rely on the strength of the pack. And that is how our country works. That's how our democracy works. We have plans to fix the jails, to turn our jails into universities, to make sure everybody inside of there, they get a chance at a second chance. We have a plan called Literacy First that literally translates to 100% literacy. If you're illiterate, you can't access no government goods and services. You have to go through a 12-week literacy course. Once you teach a person to read, you open the world to them. We want to live in a country where the people are stop being slaves, stop being employees to big business and become net employers. We want a small business and entrepreneurial development company that's not based on the bullshit you see on planting seeds and all them gimmicks where people go and access government land and sell government land for big profit and call themselves entrepreneurs. Miss me with that bullshit. We want real entrepreneurs, salt of the earth, people who working hard that need a help and a hand up. We're not about the handout, but we will make sure that everybody in this country who have a job, want to own a home, can. To hell with the overnight billionaires in this country. A Progressive Empowerment Party will look into how you access those funds. Because if it is misdirected public funds, you will answer. You will have a chance to put it back. Like the one who tried to buy the home mortgage bank and said, oops, look your money back. We're going to buy Dupre. $25 billion plus interest is $20 billion, brother. You're owing this country $45 billion and we're here to collect. We need to think of this nation as one people under one flag. We need to look past race and work together to build the paradise on earth that this country was meant to be. And if you're willing to work with us, we're willing to work with you. And together, we can do this. Yes? So, next week, Saturday coming, we have a meeting in Stanmore Avenue. All are invited from noon. Come early because the meeting is going to be tight because we have an executive meeting right after. So be there earlier than noon. If you're coming to line, if you're coming to share, bring what you have and be a part of it. Join up those who are not yet members of the party. Perfect time to do it. Those who want to buy t-shirts and caps and all the other paraphernalia. Lima McLeod Wilkinson, she's on the thread now. You could look her up. Those who want to join the party and they want to know tonight, you could message any of the members that you see posting on the wall. You could message them directly, a private message saying, guide me, I want to join this party. Or you could send us an email to peptrinbago@gmail.com. You have to include in that email your phone number, your email address, your name, and your constituency so we can guide you properly. There is an app, PEP, APP, free of charge at any of the app stores. We have a website, peptt.com. Yes? Our offices are open every day from noon to 3 for those who want to drop by and join. We are shipping out our collected donations to Dominica this week. So we're adding it. I think we're adding it with a crew who are shipping out theirs as a collective container. We will take pictures and share that information with you. So until tomorrow at 9, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.